we live? We are. Alright, welcome in then to round 11 of 12 of Tier 2 here in HR. Penultimate race of the season, plenty still, no rain, much to a lot of people's happiness to finally dodge some of the rain after a couple of wet spells across the last couple of rounds. And so coming into this final 2 rounds, we've got 4 drivers realistically in the mix, mathematically, just for the title. So Mighty Boo still leads the way on 135, 4 points clear of Kookaburra, and then it's John Oak 12 points back from the top, and then a further 28 back. So Lucas Champion 16 off the back of John Oak, 28 off the top. So those are your 4 drivers to look out for if anyone's interested in keeping an eye on them and looking out for the title. But Mr. Nitro sideways around the banks, right-hander. But yeah, so yeah, 4 drivers in it, so everything's still on the line.
John immediately top of the times as well.
8 flat, yeah, so straight away.
Yeah, no one really setting times too much of that.
Mighty Boo's
K1 going 4 tenths quicker.
K1's, I mean, inside sources as K1 with some decent pace this week as well. So carrying off from the back of last week where he had some good pace, so hopefully he can continue that through for his sake. But we'll pull with Mighty Boo quickly just to see what he can do in his first lap. Also looking good coming into this race, so we can see if that transfers into actual race pace or just within the session.
Goes up to 4th as well. Now 5th as Campen immediately jumps in.
Very equal, look at that. Laurie with an 8 flat, Jono and Camper with an 8 flat as well. Separate by around 20 milliseconds, the 3 of them. But
Mighty Boo going to get a lovely top?
Oh no, just moved out of the way. Yeah. Who was that? I think it's Lippy. Yeah, Lippy's just moved out of the way. Visible in the chat, hello, welcome in. Visible, not Visible, Mighty Boo, what's he going to do then on his first run? 7.9, still nearly 3 tenths down on K1 though, so very good time from K1, it's his first run, still with time to find if that's just his first run. Go down to the bottom to see who else is on time. We got Turbo, he's purple in the second sector. Turbo also just on the fringes of the title fight unfortunately, so I think he's going to miss out. But it's just whether he can put it as Turbo, puts it up to P9.
I think he would have had a solid point talk last couple of races without his issues, but even then you'd imagine he would have been slightly too far off the back of the title challenge anyway. But at least finishing the season with some strong pace.
Obviously,
for his sake, his controller doesn't break them.
Yeah. Mido reserving again as well for Kik. And also unfortunately absent again, so Kik fighting with the reserve on their side. Unfortunately, like I said, for them, their tie hopes are done and dusted as well. So it's just a battle now between them and Aston, which I'll quickly get that just to see how close it is after the sprint. Obviously, things would have slightly changed after a decent points haul from Aston. So Sauber on 165, Aston are on 160, so only 5 points between them. Both got 2 drivers in the seats as well, so we've got a full grid, so very nice to be back to a full grid. So we'll see what happens down there. Lower down, not many battles kicking around. Ferrari on 123 at 34 points ahead of Red Bull. Red Bull are then 17 points ahead of Williams, but then it's Williams versus McLaren, so that could be quite tasty. Williams on 72, McLaren on 71, Haas on 65, and then just stranded towards the bottom a little bit is Merc on 46 and Alpine on 42. So some spread between all the constructors in the championship, so a couple of battles still floating around there going into the final 2, so we can keep an eye on those and see what happens there. More times come around as well. Is that Mighty Boo on lap currently? Yeah, he's just about to finish this second run. So see what he's just coming to the line now. Mighty Boo moves up, finds 10th and a half, but only moves him up to P3, 1 place up just above Mido, his reserve teammate then, so that puts him P3 on a 7.8. Lucas Champion starting his next run as well. He might just finish this run actually, yeah. Flicking down, who's on the lap?
He's on the lap at the moment. I've been watching him, obviously new in this week as a reserve driver. He comes towards the end of sector 2.
Worth saying actually, in terms of reserves, we've got Mido back in for the Kick Sauber, Laurie in the Alpine. Who else have we got? We've got Ozza, old school HR driver who won the season 1 constructors actually with Aston Martin. He's in at Merck, hoping to get back on the grid at some point in the near future as Snoo crosses the line and goes provisional pole, just beating K1's time by 30 milliseconds, but very impressive time from the new reserve driver who we were just getting to. Yet first race for Snoo, signed up for season 8, so we might see him on the grid next season, floating around tier 1 or tier 2. We're yet to properly decide. And then race last week in Mexico is F7R Brothers, so he's back again to see what he can do in the dry.
Troy up to the line as well, goes up to P12 for his first lap, so it's just Brothers yet to settle back, and well, he's showing bad at the moment.
And once again, the McLaren showing that they can't be separated. I swear they're always next to each other on the timer sheets. Nitro to the line as well, goes just behind them actually. 8.4 on the board for him.
Considering we're seeing people sort of running fuel for multiple runs as well, and some that set faster on the second set, it's going to be very tight turns of holders. It's really shaking up.
Yeah.
Interesting to see what happens as we start getting towards the final game. Not quite there yet, but.
Brothers is moving out of the way as well. A bit of confusion between the two of them, but I've gone board with Brothers. Maybe he's trying to start. Yeah, if he's trying to start a lap, we can watch him and see what he does. Like you said, only man without a time on the board, so we'll see where he fits in. Obviously showed good pace last week in the wet, so he's looked quite confident in the chat as well, so we'll see what he can do as they move into the dry here, whether he stands any chance of being up around the point, below a 0.8 maybe, or just right in that bubble.
Jono is currently set about to get into the points, 0.7 here. Really interested to see what he can set. He was up and he's getting a bit of a toe to the line. There's he set his own up.
Yeah, right in the mix. Separated the two provisional P1 and 2. Puts a P2 on a 0.6. Still 8 minutes left in the session though, so at least 2 more runs. Oh, and Brothers invalidates again. I might as well cut someone else then, as Mido's also red on his time. Kookaburra's on a lap though, so unless he's...
No, Kookaburra's not on the lap, he's on, I think him and Jono were running in sync, because Jono got a lovely tail down the straight off of Kookaburra. So it'd be interesting to see if they do it the other way around next run, or what the deal is for that.
Are they close to... Oh, they are, yeah, they are very close to each other, so it makes sense if they're trying to do something there. Considering John has just set his time, maybe John is going to help him. It doesn't look like it actually.
It might be a case of they're doing sort of one run each behind each other, so...
Yeah. Bit of a gap there, so yeah, I don't know what they're necessarily doing, but John is starting his time behind his teammate Kookaburra. I think he's coming to the pits actually. No, he is, yeah. So we'll cut back to Kookaburra then, see what he can do. P7 currently.
K1 could be about to take back divisional pole. He's about a 10th up entering the final sector. It really just comes down to how much ERS he saved.
Oh, and he's ticked below 10% though, so I don't know if that's going to hamper his time at all. He's completely burning it though. What can he do to the line? No, and he loses time in sector 3 compared to what he looked like as he crossed that timing line coming into the final sector. Just ticked away from him and he's lost that time.
Mighty Boo's almost 4 tenths up, which could be a pole lap here then. He's got plenty of ERS to use on the straight as well. You'd hardly imagine if you take him to the top of the board.
Yeah, Luke's champion behind him doesn't look like he's improving, so it goes back to Mighty Boo and what he can do. To the line then, 7.4, yeah, puts distance between him and the 3 cars on in a 0.6, 2 tenths difference between him and Snoo, the closest challenger. And yeah, so Luke's champion didn't find any time, but he's got full ERS. He's turned his ERS off, so I don't know if he's saving to go again now. So we'll watch him as he comes round to then start the lap as Kookaburra then improves his time then by 1/10.5 to move it up to P6. We've got a Mercedes coming to the line. Is that Lupu? Lupu in the pits. Who's this coming around? Is this K1 coming around to pit? Yeah, K1 coming around to pit. And then we've got a Red Bull coming around the final corner as well. if I can find them, Gremic in the pits as well. So a lot of people just, in the early stages of their lap, all coming in to get ready for that final last run. So we've got another Mercedes coming around the final corner.
Oslo coming up to the line. He's slightly up in this time. So. Oh, he's going to set anyway. So I was wondering if he's just going to drive into the pit. Yeah,
marginal,
goes slightly slower. Bradders then still the only man without a time coming up to the line, ready to begin another time lap.
Yeah, do you know what, we'll go on board with him. I don't know if it's bad luck, because last time we got on board with him he didn't validate, so we pray for his sake that he can get one on the board, considering he's been confident about his performance today.
If he doesn't get blocked.
I mean, he had to make a slight adjustment. I don't know if that's going to get reported, but an adjustment did have to be made.
Of course, that being a tell, but that was me though, as opposed to Mighty Boo up in the championship fight. But whether or not anything comes from that.
Yeah. And Ferrari moves out of the way nicely for Bradders then. Through in sector 2, obviously the longest sector on the track, winding around. He might get a toe off his teammate here actually as well. Turbo's just up ahead. I don't know if this is planned, but I think Turbo's just about to start his time, isn't it? Where is he?
Yeah, I
says
assume
he's on a
Turbo's been
lap.
holding off, waiting for him.
This is working out beautifully. Yeah, I mean, he's going to get some kind of an effect. Yeah, he is. He's going to get a toe here.
Slightly too far back, but
I think he might be able to get something in. But to the line then, watching Bradders start on his first run. He goes P2 with his first time on the board. 7.5. 10th clear of Jono in P4. And then I assume that's Turbo starting his lap just ahead.
yeah, that'll be Turbo on his lap now.
Using a lot of his ERS early doors. Already down to 40%, and he's marginally down in his time. Oh, just the out invalidate.
Doing the same as well. Lorry up to the line as well next, so we'll see if there's any improvement there. No, goes right to the line.
People are almost matching their time, so I don't know if that's just ERS usage and just falling short of the hurdles. As that's Lippy to the line now, I think, as well.
That's not a representative time.
Yeah,
Lippy's going again now. Same with Phase Out, so Phase Out's about to start another time, I believe.
Yeah.
He's using a lot of ERS before he's even really began the lap there, down at 50% entering turn 1.
50%, yeah. That's both the Astons, but cut back to the Astons actually, because just look at the map and how close they are. Turbo's actually invalidated this run, but I don't know if Bradders is going again behind him.
Are they trying to race each other into the pits to make sure they get another run?
Oh yeah, it looks like it, yeah. Both just make it, but yeah, 2.5 minutes left on the clock, so it's going to be quite close. Obviously it's one of the shorter laps though, so in that sense you'd hope that they'll both be fine to come out for one last push lap of 5 kg, as this would be Laurie.
Bradders got to sit there for the entire time it's been taking to wheel that car in. So he's going to be a bit up against it when he gets going again, but
Slippy's a 10th down as well. I don't know, if you're Slippy, what do you finish this lap, or do you think you pull into the pits? I don't know if he's just about his time.
Because he's not fueled for another.
This is going to be Slippy done then.
He's going to go to the line then, yeah.
To the line, finds 2/10, but doesn't really move him up any more than 8.9 for Zippy. Still a bit clear of Ozzy at the back, but
Phase that up to 15th as well.
Everyone's still in the pits basically. Got a couple of people now just starting to filter out for their final run.
So John is on the lap, but he's got his ERS off. Whether or not he made a mistake very early on or just doing 2 out laps, I don't know.
The Nitro at the moment as well, down in 17th. A bit unsteady coming through, and he's marginally down as well in this time, like a lot of people have been. So just whether he can find any time into sector 3, and he's gone below that 10% again, so in terms of, it just depends how comparable it is to his previous lap. But to the line he goes, finds the 10th and a half actually, but only moves him up to 16th, just above Nano and Chesley there. Look, everyone on their final runs now, so many outlaps on the board coming through.
Yeah, Mercia Lupu's binned off his lap as well, so he's waiting to go again. Phase Out's off the track, so waiting to go again.
Snooze about to start his run then. In the mix of the fight for pole, you'd expect. Who else is on the time? John is actually coming towards the line.
He's on one as well, but he's got no ERS, he's low on fuel, so...
Yeah, he just done his line, just did his time to put him up to 16th, so that's Nitro done then on his chance of improvement. Watching John through sector 1 then, he might get some kind of a tow from the car ahead. marginally down again. Who's he got ahead? This is K1. Oh, catches the curb slightly. Who's he got ahead? K1. So, in Jono's sake, you wouldn't imagine. Oh, this also actually retires.
Pittsburgh gets blocked and goes into the back of the Mercedes.
Is that Ozza?
So
Was that Ozza?
Ozza qualifying over. If Ozza was at turn 1, then that's Ozza.
He's retired.
Nano's off.
I wonder if Nano's retired. Let me cut to which Merc it was.
Nano doesn't get going. He's going to disqualify here.
I think Ozza Swazza's.
Not moving.
I think he's retired on track, and he's blocked Kookaburra. And this is
If that's the case, yeah, he's just going to get done for that, assuming that goes into a report.
Yeah. Right, we'll quickly watch Snoo to the line. What can Snoo do? Doesn't find any time. What's happening behind him? K1 find any time? He does marginally, but not enough. Jonathan does find some time, puts it up to P4. Bradders is invalidated his final run. Nano's Lucas champion, yeah. Oh, Mighty Boo's got a bit of time. Still in the tank, ready. Still got loads of ERS as well. To the line he goes. Provisional pole right now with a 0.4. Has he got any more time to find? He does. 7.320 for Mighty Boo. Pole yet again for the man, unless... Well, no, Lucas champion's not going to do anything. No, yeah.
I think Laurie's the only one who's down in 11th now.
Nitro's not on the lap because we were on board with his last one, so yeah, at the moment then. Oh,
Laurie's still pushing, but it's very low on ERS, so. Ozza's left the lead as well, yeah.
Right. Alright, then Laurie to the line, then what can Laurie do? Doesn't find any time though, stays P11.
And that's the result.
Alright, so Mighty Boo pole man yet again. Lucas champion P2 carries on from his win last week there. Brad has unfortunately invalidated his final run, so that's his one and only lap of this whole session at 10.5, so very good. Very close behind him, Johnny. Just look how close the field is though in this front pack. Very, very congested, so we should be in for a good race. New reserving puts it P5, K1 P6 with a 0.6, Mido in 7th, just a couple of tenths down on that. Kookaburra unfortunately gets his last run blocked, so it stays P8, and it's going to be a pain because the driver that blocked him then won't get punished because he's just left the lead. Gremick then on a point and 8 flat, so it's only your top 8 then that are in the 7s, and then the rest down in the 8s.
Obviously it's only 1 point for pole we do, but that will put Mighty Boo another point clear of the ones chasing him.
Exactly, yeah. So that's already just the extra point. You never know how close things will get in these final 2 races points-wise, so every little helps. Obviously we don't run the driver today point anymore, so this is the only point that they get outside of the actual race. Well, I don't feel like I'm going to get into graphics. I'm stuck on a loading screen, this is quite worrying.
I've just got them anyway for results, but...
That's fine, so yeah. Sorry, let's know quality results for you. Straight into the race we go. Well, it's going to be interesting then to see what strategies people opt to go for. Obviously, who knows if they're going to be safe to go or not, whether people chance it with a soft start. So we'll have to quickly get the graphics on board as soon as the lights go out to see. Have a quick flick through on this opening lap to see what strategies people are choosing to run. So that only means we're going to have 19 races, obviously, with Ozza leaving and his ghosted car. I don't know if he's left the server actually. Left the session.
Yeah, he left the session.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah. So he's blocked someone and then literally just cried off. But yeah, that's so it's only going to be 19.
Quali run.
Yeah, quali run's very very impactful. I only want to do 10 minutes of a quali session personally. Yeah, so it's. I'll quickly have a look actually. Oh, actually, no, I won't because we're getting underway here. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And away we go. So, oh, Mighty Boo's had an awful start off the line.
Terrible start.
Already down, he's going to be down 3-4 places here. Catches the grass down to turn 1, but yeah, he might. Oh, yeah, down 3 places. So, Mighty Boo with an
He hit
absolute
behind.
stinker off the line, yeah. Bit of desync there with K1, but not the start that the championship leader would have wanted. As we quickly get the tyres on board, everyone opting for the mediums, bar the two drivers of Laurie and Nano. Oh, there's a collision behind as well, that's a hazard in the wall.
Is that Troy? It's
Oh,
both
Troy.
Mercedes. Sorry, both McLaren, is it?
Oh, Turbo as well. But yeah, I don't know if both of them have been caught in, but
Turbo's missing an end plate as well, wasn't it? He's have to fix
yeah,
that.
Turbo did go into the wall with Troy. I don't know if Chesney got caught up in any of that as well, because he's obviously right down there as well.
Turbo's the only one that received damage back there. K1's getting moved down on trying to get moved on Snoo's like contact.
Mighty Boo went very
Also,
deep.
Snoo a bit wide and Snoo's dropped a couple of places because of that.
Look how close it is up here. I mean, I know it's only lap one, but very congested field. The champion leads the way, but he's got Brothers right up behind him, whether Brothers is going to go for a run down into turn one. Not really burning his ERS though, as John is actually the one looking for a move, goes down inside of Brothers, makes the move stick. Brothers not choosing to fight it, going through to ninth though, on those soft tyres, scrapping with Gremick behind. Yeah, and Turbo's in the pits then.
Look at tyre choices. He's one of only two drivers to go for the softs. Everyone else starting mediums.
Which is interesting, yeah. Oh, we've got a... Oh, Chesney's off, yeah.
McLaren massively off.
Why?
I
How's he
don't know how
gone
he's gone so far off.
Unless there's been more collisions between... I mean, he was towards the back anyway. I don't know if he's had contact with his teammate. Does Troy's not got any damage? I don't know what's happened back
I don't know
there.
how he's gone so far flying.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mighty Boo dropped another place to K1 this time, down to 5th. Horrible start for him.
Yeah. I mean, perfect for Jonna, considering the tight fight. I mean, even Kookaburra's right on the back of someone well, Kookaburra is the closest man to Mighty Boo in the tight fight, so he's just got hit one car to look ahead and he's right there. So Jonna, though, the real winner at the moment in terms of the tight fight. Oh, and Brothers catches the grass. Yeah,
them around.
Brothers catches the grass on the outside of turn one, fully flicks around. That's phase out round as well. Damage. Is that a bit? I think it's part of a Haz.
Nano went as well, yeah.
But as part of a Haz end play. It doesn't look like it.
Almost 4 wide heading into turn 1 it looked like, and God, went
It's too much to look at.
Pretty much all of them.
So Nano, has he got damage? Nano was run up in P9 down in 16th and he goes wide there as well. Phase out all over the place as well behind. Doesn't look like he's got damage, but clearly in some kind of bothers. Oh, and Turbo gets a 10-second penalty for spin.
I wonder if it's not fixed his wing and he's painful.
Never know that with a bit of collisions around, you never know what could happen. Just got to make sure he doesn't get lapped because he's going to be quite close to the back of the pack here.
Yeah, I've cut him now. They're doing a wing change, but nothing's done his wing first time.
Gremick's got the purple sector too, so in amongst all the chaos. Yeah, Turbo's just chucked on the soft, so we'll see what he can do on those, whether he can just gap the field and hopefully survive until there's a safety car of some sort to bring him back into this race. Yeah, he's not going to get that.
Champion's going for a move to the lead as well. Up front, it makes slight contact.
Someone's round behind. Yeah, Snoo went flying off into again. Like this happened in our practice race, but I think he just got squeezed onto the grass and then just half braked onto it, and then it just sent his car for a full pirouette round, sending him off the track. But yeah, Snoo side by side now with Monsieur Lupu down into turn 4 as he gets squeezed wide.
We're pushing Lupu's champion around up top as well.
So phase out round again. Phase out off again at the back. There's Camper's in as well, so I don't know what's happened to Camper, but unfortunately...
That's the wing change for Camper.
Gremick picks up 3 seconds. There's so much happening, I don't know what to look at. There's a big gap then after Snoo's spin, so he's slightly lost the pack, the front 8. As he's 1.6 seconds adrift of